All right, here we go with today's video. Now that the challenge is over, I thought I would just pick a topic or do my meditation and see where the video goes and see what happens. So today I was kind of thinking about doing change because, we all love change. Change is like one of the hardest things that we ever want to do because we get caught into those patterns of repetition and doing it over and over and over again that it's hard to break those patterns. It was like Dean always uses the tractor thing where if you keep going in the same path every day with the tractor, eventually you're going to create ruts. And then when you get D, you keep going over and over and over and over and doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. Then you're going to create deeper and deeper ruts until next thing you know, you can't get out of those ruts, or it's very difficult to get out of those ruts. So we've all been there. And then sometimes when you start to make a change, then all of a sudden you fall back into the old patterns and then you become the same person you were. So, with everything I teach, I thought change would be a good thing to kind of, help us all kind of figure it out. So, I will go into deeper class eventually on this stuff, but I just wanted to kind of go over a little bit of it about there's a model that I learned in health psychology years ago, and it kind of makes me, um, it kind of seems right because it kind of helps because before I really wasn't good at changing because I would try to like do something different and then something would happen and then I'd fall back into my old patterns and I would just kind of be like, okay, whatever, I can't do it. So I'd give up, at least for the moment. But then when I saw this and it like because again, physically changing in this world, and then there's the mental part of it too. And a lot of the times we only focus on the physicalness of making that change. Starting to work out every day is just something that at the time it was one of the things. It wasn't the thing. There was other things, but I'm using this as an example. Like you start to work out, and then all of a sudden, a few days you just skip it, and then next thing you know, you don't do it anymore. So again, it's always first like the first stage is pre-contemplation when you're like I would say you're not yet. So, but maybe the thought enters your mind, but you're not yet thinking about it. You're just kind of like, oh, maybe I should start exercising, and then you kind of like brush it off and not really think about it or anything about the like if it would be beneficial or if it'd be good for me or not. You just kind of it's just an idea. So maybe it's that first thought that cracks the door into making you think you want to change or that you know something you might want to do anyway. But then, like after a little bit of time goes by, then maybe it comes up again, and you see something on the TV, and you're like, man, I should really start to exercise. And then you're starting to, and then they call that the contemplation stage. That's when you start to recognize that, hey, you know what? Maybe I do need to start working out. And then you start thinking about the benefits and the pros and cons of it. Like, hey, it'll make me feel better. It'll make me look better. It'll give me more energy. It's good for my health. It's good for your immune system. Like you think about all the things that it would be you'd be beneficial to you if you did start to work out. So that's the second stage. And then the third stage is preparation, which you're preparing where you actually start to look for gyms to do and like maybe think about exercises you want to do, and you maybe start looking online for me either stuff on your phone or maybe what is that thing called Peloton or like any little thing that you can help you exercise. You start to plan it and think about it, and you actually start to decide, or at least contemplate and prepare what it is you're going to do for your exercise. And then eventually after you do that, the fourth stage is action. So you actually start to take that action where you actually go to a gym or sign up for something online or maybe get some classes on the internet or YouTube or find somewhere you do it, and then you start to work out, decide how many times you're going to Well, in the preparation stage, you probably decide how many times you're going to like work out too. So, and then you actually start to do it. And after you've decided how many times you're going to work out, like 2 or 3 times a week, you'll do that. Do a class or go to the gym or do something at home. Maybe get some dumbbells and do all that stuff too. So that's the action phase. But then the problem is usually once you do that, that's when and that was the problem for me, is that I would do that, and then all of a sudden when you get to the fifth stage, which is maintenance, which is, you have to learn how to sustain that new behavior and prevent a relapse. And that was where my problem would be, is in the fifth stage, is once I had that relapse, like I'd start working out for a little while or start making the change I was thinking about. And then after a while, I would like just fall off. And then like a week would go by and I wouldn't work out or I wouldn't eat good or whatever. And then I would just start, and I would just snowball back into negativity. And that's when you have to like have the conscious awareness that these things are going to happen, that don't fall off the wagon and roll off, fall off the wagon and get back up. So that's the thing, is that you have to be acceptance. Don't get mad at yourself if you miss a day or if you have a bad meal or whatever it is you miss. You don't do something, and it brings me back to Mike Dooley. When I was always like, Wayne Dyer would always say, change your thoughts, change your life. And then I would like try to change my thoughts. I'd try to like change my awareness. I was trying to change myself and be better and do different things and become a better person, or, make better choices. But then I would start to, not make them. And then I would just like fall completely off. Where he was like, you're expecting things like in all this stuff, you're expecting patterns that you developed over time and created these ruts or these neural pathways in your brain that just aren't on the same level as change your thoughts, change your life. And then all of a sudden it doesn't work after a couple weeks or a month, and then you throw it all away. And it's like the patterns that you created or like took years to create are not going to change overnight. It's going to take work. You're going to have relapses, but you have to be prepared for that and not beat yourself up about it when you have a bad day or you don't do something. You can always get right back on it. If I take a day here, yeah, this is my 31st day in a row that I've done a video. Now, eventually, there's going to be a day where I don't, and then I'm going to have to get back on here and start the process over and make sure that this 30-day challenge does not fall back to my old patterns of doing one a week, one a month, one every 3 months. This is something I want to keep sustaining. So I'm gonna have to use this change model to make sure that I maintain this growth, because I want to keep doing these things. I want to keep growing. I want to keep showing up to teach people how to become more, how to get better, because we can all do it. And the thing I hate is when people make fun of good people. It's like, come on, man, what's wrong? What's the problem with being good? I mean, I'm not doing it for some superficial thing. I'm doing it because I want to help, and it comes from the heart and from the soul. You know, what's so bad about that? I mean, some people are going to like me, some people are not. I mean, that's all part of it. But the thing is that why not? That's the problem I have, is like, why not? Nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect because I'm doing this. I'm just figured I'd do it. Figured I need something better, a better career, a better, better whatever. Just, and we can all do it, but it's always that, devil and angel on your shoulder, the ego and the higher self. Oh, you shouldn't do it. Oh, da, da, da. Why? Follow your heart, follow your soul, follow your passion. Everybody's passionate about something. It's just sometimes our experiences in our lives have shoveled dirt on us and we ain't supposed to do it. There's a movie, The Men Who Stare at Goats, and there's a scene where I think it's George Clooney's like trying to dance, and Jeff Bridges is like, dance, and he's all like getting in him, and he's like, you like to dance, just dance. And he goes back to a time in his childhood where he was dancing in his room and his dad made fun of him, so it kind of closed him off from dancing, and he really likes it. And then that was the moment that he's like, you know what, I do like dancing, I'm gonna dance. And it's like you got to have that moment, man. It's and figure out what those moments are, and figure out what those maybe limiting beliefs or things are. man, and I've been there too. So, and this is part of my process too, is getting over those things and realizing what they are, and doing these videos anyway, no matter what. Because again, I love Trent Shelton, man. If you ever uh, look around on the internet, man, watch his videos. He's really good. And someone needs you for whatever it is you're passionate about. Someone needs to listen to you, someone needs your voice, someone needs whatever it is you got on the inside of you. So just use it, and that's my thing, is like, you know what, I'm just going to get on here and talk, and the people that like my voice, like what I got to say, that I inspire, that I speak with passion, and it gets me excited, because I hope I can find those people that need to hear me say this and see what I've been through and see what I'm doing, and to know that we can all do something. It doesn't matter, there's always going to be someone that's going to say something, always. And you know what? Let them talk. Let them say whatever. But you know what? Push through that negative feeling, that negative experience, and overcome it and do it anyway. Because again, let the energy of the universe flow through you, man. And I'm telling you, it's flowing through me now. Wayne Dyer used to always say, I don't write the books, God writes them through me. Now, in the beginning, he was all egotistical about it, and he was, but then he's like, one day I just realized that all I do is sit here and let the energy of the universe write the books. It flows through me. And he said when he started realizing that, he was just writing, and he would write for hours. And he would get the cover of the book, the name of the book, put it in front of him, and look at it, and ask, like, show me what you need me to write this book. And he would just write it. So in anything, that's the thing, man. I know religion and all that's just up in the air, and I'm whatever you are, I have no problem with anything. But I'm saying is there's a universal energy somewhere that's everywhere, that if we learn to ask it, connect with it, and let it flow through us, it will guide us to whatever it is. It's just that the noise of society, the outside noises, the doubt, the fear, the you should do this, you should do that, all the judgment, all that stuff stops us from hearing that energy and letting it flow through us. And that's what meditation does. It slows you down so you can hear that. And then the more you do it, then the more it'll come through you, like it's coming through me right now. Like it's just, that's what you do, is you got to show up, and you got to at least give it an effort. You got to make an effort, and you got to let it go, and eventually it'll just keep building and building and building and building. And you'll have, it'll have setbacks too. There's times in my life where I've not done anything, so I'm not perfect, but I'm getting to that point where it's just it's coming. And the more you do it, with anything, the more you do it, the more comfortable you get, and the more you feel it, the more you can see yourself being it. The more that in my meditations, I see myself doing this, and I feel it, and I feel it. That's the whole important part, is feeling it as if it's already done. Like I've already done all this. I feel it, like the celebration. If you want to win the championship, see yourself as already a champion, and then you'll become a champion. So, and that's just the sports example, but with anything in life, whatever you see yourself as wanting to be, see yourself with your eyes closed, because your brain doesn't know the difference between your imagination and reality. And when the more you start to imagine it and feel it as if it's already done, the more that you become that person that you already want to be and that you already see yourself as. I know it sounds backwards, but it's not. I think it's the only truth in this world, man. And the more I've been looking, it's even in scripture too. I was just watching one today, and it talks about it, or last night, and it's there, man. We all have that capability to connect with that divine force, that divine source of the energy, and and just let it flow through you, and let it be you, and ask it. There is no empty words in ask and you shall receive, but it's just that we don't ask. And then sometimes we ask for certain things. I ask for guidance. I ask for the be shown the way. I ask for what it is I need to learn, what it is I need so I don't ask for specifics. I mean, I might say I want to create financial abundance and financial freedom and all that stuff, but I don't, and I let the how come every day. You just put the energy out there, and let the how come and not worry about how. Just focus on the feeling and the imagination, because like Einstein said, man, it's the most powerful force in the universe. So, and we can all connect to it. So maybe this is my motivation to you to start thinking, start contemplating about it, and then maybe start preparing, and then take some action and maintain it. All right, have a good day.